All right, welcome. We got a nice little juicy 60-minute flow for you today. So let's go ahead and get started in a seated position. Your legs can be crossed in front of you or extended out. As we start to settle into our space, go ahead and remove the fleshy parts from your sits bones, grounding down into your mat. On your inhale, shift the shoulders back slightly so that they stack over your hips, and you're really feeling not only rooted, but lengthening from your seat along the spine and into the neck and crown. They'll settle down in a little bit. Closing your eyes, letting your hands just rest in your lap. Let's take 3 deep breaths together. Inhale through the nose. Inside out, exhale. 2 more, just like that. Inhale. Side release. And third round, inhale. Exhale. As we move into equal parts breath, we're first going to focus on the length of your inhales and exhales. So you can either keep your eyes closed, if that helps you focus on your breath, or flutter your eyes open, maybe finding a spot on the floor in front of you where you can focus. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Third round, inhale and exhale. Now that you've focused on the length of your breath, we're gonna bring into mind the placement of your breath. So you can plant your hands right underneath your belly. We'll do 3 rounds of belly breath here. Inhale, press the belly button out. Exhale, pull your belly button in. Inhale and exhale. Third round here, inhale and exhale. Moving our breath and attention upwards. Place your hands right underneath your rib cage. As you inhale, create space here. Exhale, fall into that space. 2 more, just like that, on your own. Moving our breath and attention upward, place one hand on your chest, the other stacks right on top of it. Spread your fingers wide, and as you inhale, lift through your chest. Exhale, let your chest fall. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and release with your exhale. We'll do 3 rounds, stringing that together. You can either let your hands rest at your lap, wrap your hands around your knees, or let your hands follow your breath. Together, inhale, belly, rib cage, chest. Exhale, chest, rib cage, belly. Inhale, belly, rib cage, chest. Hold at the top. And release. Exhale, chest, rib cage, belly. Third and final round, inhale, create space in the belly. Expand in the rib cage and lift through your chest. Hold at the top. Take one more sip of air. And then as you exhale, let your chest fall. Rib cage and belly. You can switch out your legs if you feel the need, just settling back into your space. As we move into Nadi Shodanon, alternate nostril breathing, you can let your left hand rest on your left knee or in your lap, and then bring your right hand up. We'll be using your right thumb and index finger as we guide our breath through our left and right nostrils. To start, we'll plug our right nostril, inhale through the left, plug left, exhale through the right. Inhale, right nostril, plug right, exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. 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 Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Final round. Inhale right. Exhale left. And they give you two different options here. Actually, three. Let's go crazy. So you can release your hands and let them just fall at your lap. Keeping your eyes closed, continue your breath, and just take a moment to feel the sensation you've created in your body. If you're looking for connection, you can place both hands onto your chest, feeling your chest rise and fall with your breath. If you're looking for some energy this evening, I encourage you to bring your hands to prayer. Start to rub them together, creating friction here and heat. Feel the heat generate in your palms here. And when you're ready, go ahead and bring your palms to your eyes. eyes are closed as that energy and warmth and heat transfer from your hands to your eyes and forehead. As we're all sinking into the pose, I wanted to share the theme of today's practice. As many of you know, I took a long vacation last week, and what I learned about myself is I have this addiction to productivity. So even while on vacation, in the mountains and in the desert, I still had a checklist of things that I wanted to complete. Even if it was a self-care checklist of taking a yoga class or reading in bed, it's still a checklist. So what I'd like to focus on, not only through this month, not only through 2021, is just being comfortable with stillness and being unproductive. And for me, that's even harder sometimes than being productive. If you feel tied to this, then I encourage you to maybe continue to use this as a focus throughout your class. If it doesn't resonate with you, that's fine. Good for you. So today's class will be hatha style as we stay in our poses for longer. And notice what's going through your mind and if you're able to quiet it. Kudos to you already for taking just about 10 minutes here to sit still with your breath. Something that may not have seemed as easy to do at the beginning of your day or even at the beginning of your practice. As you inhale, reach the arms out and up to the sky. And as you exhale, interlace the fingers, bringing the hand bind just behind your skull. Draw your elbows together, tucking the chin slightly, and breathe into any tension you feel in your neck. Inhale, open the elbows wide, squeezing the shoulder blades together. As you exhale, let the right elbow dip down to the right side, a variation of our Sukhasana side bends. So the left elbow is making its way to point towards the sky. Right elbow is pointing towards the ground. Naturally, your left hip is going to want to start to hover or creep up. So actively press down through the left hip, maybe even the left quad, and start to feel that side body stretch. Inhale, both hands, elbows come up to neutral. And as you exhale, take it on over to the left side. Left elbow points towards the ground, right elbow points up. If you notice that your elbow's creeping up, go ahead and open up the chest here, pulling the elbow back in alignment, and actively again pressing down through the right hip and right quad. Breathe along your right side body. Inhale, come back to neutral. As you exhale, bring the elbows into close towards one another. This time, tucking the chin a little bit deeper. Breathing along the nape of your neck. Using your inhales to identify any tension and using your exhales to melt that tension away. We'll go through 3 transitions here. Inhale, open up the elbows, lift through the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together. And exhale, round in the upper body, draw the elbows in, tuck your chin. 2 more, just like that. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale comes back to neutral as you reach your hands up to the sky. Exhale, twist to the right. Right hand tense behind you, left hand wraps around the right knee. So as you inhale, press down into the right hand, lengthening from root to your crown. And as you exhale, twist a little deeper. In a class that I took recently, the instructor gave the great analogy of twists being like wringing out a towel. And you never really scrunch up a towel and wring it out. You open it up and wring it out. So we're going to be doing that a lot through class today. Inhale, both hands come up to the sky. And exhale, twist over to your left side. Press down through the left hand. Wrap the right hand around your left knee. Create space and then find your depth in your twist. Inhale, both hands come up to the sky. And as you exhale, roll over your knees, meeting me in tabletop position. Creating a strong foundation here in tabletop. Spread your fingers wide, pressing down through not only the heel of the hand, but your fingertips, the knuckles, the palm, really creating suction here. Notice how that translates as you press down into your hands, stacking your shoulders over your wrists. Feel that musculature in your arms turn on. Hips are stacked over knees, toes are tucked. Inhale, cow pose, flip the tailbone up, drop the belly, open up through the chest. Exhale, cat pose, press down into the palms, round in the back body, and tuck your chin. Inhale, cow pose, Vidyalasana. Exhale, cat pose, Marjariasana. Inhale, cow pose, lift through the chest. And as you exhale, cat pose, round in the back body. Breathing into the back of the heart space. 2 more on your own. After your final round, come back to tabletop position, resetting your wrists, shoulders, knees, and hips, however you need. Tucking your toes, inhale, lift the knees off the ground, tiger pose. We'll take 3 deep breaths here, turning on our core. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last one, you got it. Inhale, exhale, press the hips up and back, our first down dog of practice. Walk your hands out slightly, resetting the feet as well. Feet are parallel to one another. Fingertips are pointed towards the top of your space. Engaging in the whole hand. Externally rotate your elbows so that the shoulders, so that the eyes of the elbows are pointed towards the top of your space. Press down into the palms. Hips go up and back. Here in this position, go ahead and shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Notice any tightness that you're feeling in the neck. Being it that it's probably the first down dog of your day, go ahead and pedal out the feet. And take any organic movement that you need to settle into your space. Down dog is a really great resetting pose throughout practice. So if you do need a break, but want to make sure that you're still maintaining heat, you can come into this pose as it's still very active. Settling back into down dog. Inhale, gaze comes to the top of your space. As you exhale, take tiny steps, walking your feet forward, Using this movement as a stretch in the calves and in the hamstrings. Feet are hip width distance for our first forward fold of the practice. You can measure that by placing 2 fists right in between the arches of your feet. Letting your chin tuck slightly, elongating in the neck. Hands can either rest at your side, or if you'd like, you can reach for opposite elbows, letting your head and neck dangle between your biceps. Rocking side to side, acknowledging any juicy parts here. If you're looking to go any deeper, feel free to add a micro bend to your knees. Interlace the fingers at the nape of the neck, and then use that strength in your arms to draw your chest closer to your knees. Letting the hands drop to the sides. Inhale, halfway lift. Palms come to the shins first, and then as we settle into this space, go ahead and bring the thumbs to hook right onto the inside of your hip crease here. So my thumbs are in the front of my hips. Fingers wrap around the outside of my hips. We typically go through this pose pretty quickly, but it's such a great one to not only bring some attention to your hamstrings, but also start to lengthen from your root all the way through the crown here. And we're not seated, so we're really trying to create a parallel line from our sacrum, just behind the pelvis, along the spine, up into the neck. So that might even mean tucking your chin slightly to elongate there. As you exhale, come back to forward fold. On a long inhale, come to stand. Arms reach out and up to the sky. As you exhale, interlace the fingers and bring them to the back of your head. So if you need a visual, you'll see it here. We're doing a second round of that. This time we're standing instead of seated. So feet are hip width distance. Spread the toes wide. Press down through 4 corners of your feet. As you inhale, lift through the chest. And as you exhale, side bend over to your right side. Right elbow drops. Left elbow reaches up to the sky. Notice any swaying. So I needed to maybe put a little bit more weight into my right foot. Inhale, come back to center. And as you exhale, drop the left elbow down. Right elbow comes to the sky. This time pressing down through my left foot and right, just finding any of those juicy spots that work best for me. Inhale, come back to center. As you exhale, cactus the arms back, squeezing the shoulder blades together, releasing the hand bind. Inhale, arms reach up to the sky. And as you exhale, open arm twist to the right. So palms are facing towards the right. Thumbs are pointed up. Your right hip naturally is going to want to open, so actively press your right hip forward as you pull the left hip back. Take a moment here just to really breathe along that side body from your right foot all along the way to the right shoulder. With your next inhale, arms come up to the sky, and as you exhale, cactus the arms back, lifting through the chest. Inhale, arms come up. And as you exhale, open arm twist, this time to your left side. Palms still face, thumbs are up, palms face up towards the left. This time your left hip is going to want to open up, so press the left hip forward, pull the right hip back. Inhale, both hands come up to the sky. And as you exhale, cactus the arms back. Inhale, arms reach up. And exhale, fold forward. So we just deconstructed Sun A. And what we'll do is go through a couple more rounds of this, just speeding it up a little bit to get our heart rate going. On your next inhale, halfway lift. And as you exhale, plant the hands, stepping your feet back. So now that is the complete Sun A here. And as you exhale, press your hips back, down dog. So 2 more rounds, just like it. The difference is we're going to move quicker, linking our breath to movement. If you, again, need to take a rest at any time, I encourage you to find downward dog. If you're looking for a more passive reset, you can always come into child's pose. Toes come to touch, knees come to the ground to mat width distance. As you press your hips towards your heels, let your head and chest fall to the ground. If you're joining me in 2 more rounds of Sun A, come back to down dog. Inhale, gaze comes to the top. Exhale, step your feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, arms reach out and up to the sky. As you exhale, interlace the fingers at the back of the neck. Inhale, reach the left elbow up to the sky. And as you exhale, right elbow comes down. Inhale, comes back up. And exhale, left elbow comes down, right comes up. Inhale, comes back to center. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, open arm twist right. Inhale, arms reach back up. Exhale, open arm twist left. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, cactus, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, full body extension, arms reach up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. Plant the hands back, step your feet back. Inhale to hold. Exhale, down dog. Third and final round here. Inhale, gaze comes to the top of your space. Exhale, step your feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, arms reach out and up. You know where we're going. Exhale, interlace the fingers at the nape of your, or just above the nape of the neck. Inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale, right elbow comes down, left elbow comes up. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, left elbow down, right elbow comes up. Inhale, come back to center. As you exhale, cactus the arms back. Inhale, arms reach up to the sky. Exhale, open arm twist right. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, open arm twist left. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, cactus the arms, squeezing shoulder blades together. Inhale, arms come up to the sky. And as you exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, stepping your feet back, high plank. Inhale, shift the shoulders forward. And as you exhale, press the hips up and back. We'll take 3 rounds of breath here. In whatever position you are in. Inhale, gaze comes to the top of your space, and as you exhale, step your feet forward. Finding our first chair pose. Couple different options with your feet. So they can either be toes come together, slight space into the heel. This helps me with my midline. So I have my toes together, slight space in between my heels. I shift my weight back into my heels as I'm bending my knees and reaching the arms up to the sky. The second option is to keep the knees at hip width distance. So when I had a knee injury, this was my go-to because having them that close just wasn't working for me. So here's another variation of the shape. Of course, you still want to have your weight going into your heels. You should be able to look down and wiggle your toes. Giving you a side view here. It's just funny how I was like squatting like that. So as your hands go up, naturally your back is going to like curve and your butt's going to come out, but that's actually not really engaging those muscles. So engage the low belly, tuck the tailbone under, and then start to feel those muscles turn on here in the back. Holding here. Our first testament of stillness after a lot of motion. So easy for our mind to start going. Inhale together. Exhale, straighten the knees, fold forward. As you inhale, halfway lift. And as you exhale, step the left foot back, finding crescent lunge. Feet are still hip width distance, so think more of railroad tracks versus a tightrope. Press down through the right foot, coming into crescent lunge. Arms come up to the sky. As you look down, your feet are still parallel to one another. Toes are pointed towards the top of your space. Working towards a 90-degree bend in your front knee. Keep your left leg active. Right now, my left leg isn't active. But if I press down into the ball of my left foot, I feel that left leg turn on. So really engaging the entire low body. Arms come up to the sky. As we start to work within our twists, right? We did a lot of lengthening, even with going side to side. Still want you to have that visual of wringing out of a towel. So I'm going to give you plenty of options here in the class. Of course, you can stay here, focusing on lengthening. If you'd like to move into a variation of your twist, start with open arm twist, swimming the right arm back. Both palms are pointed towards the right side, thumbs are up. If you're looking to go a little bit deeper, hands come to prayer at heart center. Lift through that chest, and then turn to the right. Left elbow comes to hook on the outside of the right knee. If you like the twist but are looking for a more passive variation, feel free to bring the left knee down to the ground. Inhale together. And as you exhale, let your hands come down to frame the right foot. Tucking the left toes. Inhale, gaze comes to the top of your space. And as you exhale, step the left foot forward, finding our second and final chair pose. Whichever variation that you have with your feet, take a moment to shift your weight back into your heels, bend the knees, tuck the tailbone, and extend through the arms. I'm right there with you along with that heat, guys. We're doing a good job. Inhale here. And as you exhale, straighten the knees, straighten the legs, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, this time step your right foot back. Crescent lunge with the left foot forward. Toes are pointed towards the top of the space. Arms reach up to the sky. Settling in and remembering what I told you about that leg. Press down into the ball of the right foot. Inhale, arms reach up to the sky. Find the same shape that you took on the other side. I'll go through your options. You can do an open arm twist, swimming the left arm down and back. You can do a prayer twist here. Hands come to prayer. Lift through the chest and then turn to the left, hooking the right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Again, if you're looking for a passive option, which is what I'm going for today, I'm lowering the right knee to the ground. Think about lengthening, spreading that towel, and then to twist deeper, press into the palms, and that translates to your right elbow pressing into the outside of the left calf. Inhale, and as you exhale, hands come down to frame the left foot. Tuck the right toes, inhale, gaze comes to the top of the space, and as you exhale, step the right foot forward, forward fold. Here in our forward fold, feet are hip width distance. Moving into an IT band stretch, plant the right hand just in front of the feet, but right at the center of your chest. Bend the right knee, and as you inhale, left hand reaches up to the sky. Your IT band runs from the outside of your hips down to the outside of your knee. Definitely something that can be aggravated not only by cycling, running, or walking, but also by sitting for long periods of time. Inhale, reach through the left hand. And as you exhale, switch out the hands. Left hand plants, left knee bends. Inhale, right hand comes up to the sky. Inhale, reach through the right hand. And as you exhale, come back to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, stepping your feet back, high plank pose. Let's hold this for 3 breaths together. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, press into the palms. As you exhale, pretend that there is a palm resting between your shoulder blades and you're pressing up into it. Third inhale here. And exhale, downward facing dog. Good job, guys. Taking some time to reset. If you want to go into child's pose, we'll take 3 breaths here. Taking a moment just to acknowledge the sensations you've created in your upper and lower body from this movement. Taking it fast and taking it slow. Before you lose too much heat, to join us in down dog. On an inhale, right leg rises behind you. Exhale, warrior 1. Step the right foot behind the right thumb. Rotate the left foot to 45 degrees, pressing down through the right foot. Arms come up to the sky. Warrior 1 is a closed hip pose, so you want to draw the right hip back while pressing the left hip forward. Breathing into the belly of your calf muscle. Let the shoulders fall away from your ears. Finding a point in front of you that you can focus on or concentrate on. And coming back to your breath. As you exhale, find warrior 2, opening up to the left side. Rotate the left foot so that it's parallel to the back of your mat. Right toes are still pointed towards the top of your space. Look down and make sure that you have heel to arch alignment with your feet. Right knee is working towards a 90-degree bend. Hips are centered. Shoulders stack over hips as your arms reach out to the sky. Oh, excuse me, out to the side. Finding your drishti gaze. This is their point of focus, and it's just in front of your right middle finger. Soften your eyes and breathe. On an inhale, reverse your warrior, sweeping your right arm up and back. The left arm can either rest here on your left thigh, or you can wrap it around your low back. If you're really liking those hand binds, you can interlace your fingers at the nape of your neck and reach the right elbow up to the sky. Notice if you're closing off here, you really want to open up the chest. And then as you exhale, commit to the bend in the right knee. As we start to feel the heat in our quads, take a moment. Be fine with staying still. On your next inhale, press down through the right foot, straightening the right knee for reverse triangle. Again, plenty of arm variations. If you want to reach the right arm back, left hand can rest on the left thigh, wrap around, or again, still like the hand bind, find it here. On your next exhale, release the hand bind, coming back to warrior two. Looking out in front of your right middle finger, 2 breaths together. Inhale, exhale, inhale. And as you exhale, cartwheel the hands down to frame the right foot. Tuck your left toes. Inhale, right leg rises behind you. Exhale, bend the right knee, stacking the right hip over left. Opening up the hips here. You can bend and straighten the knee. Take some rotations within the ankle, whatever feels good for your body. When you're ready, meet us back in downward facing dog. Taking 2 breaths here to settle into this space and take notice of how different your right and left side feel. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, warrior one, step the left foot behind the left thumb. Rotate the right foot to a 45-degree angle. As you press on up, shoulders stack over your hips. Settling into this closed hip pose. Sometimes I like to use my hands to physically press the right hip forward and pull the left hip back. On your next exhale, open on up into warrior two. Checking down to the ground, right foot is parallel to the back of your space. Left toes are pointed forward. Heel to arch alignment on this side, working towards a 90-degree bend with your left knee. Center out your hips, arms extend outward. This time your drishti gaze will be right in front of your left middle finger. On an inhale, reverse your warrior, taking whatever arm variation you took on the other side, keeping it as even as possible. As you exhale, commit to the bend in the left knee. Then close your eyes here. Don't be surprised if you get knocked off balance a bit. Come back to your breath no matter what shape you're in. Inhale, press down through the left foot, straightening the left knee, reverse triangle. Notice that strength that you're building up in your right quad is now turning, left quad is now turning into a solid side body stretch on the left side. You feel your chest closing in. Remember to peel your chest open. Inhale here. And as you exhale, come back to warrior two. Finding your drishti gaze and staying here for 2 more breaths. Inhale, extend through the fingers. And as you exhale, cartwheel the hands down, framing your left foot. Tuck your right toes. Inhale, left leg rises behind you. And as you exhale, bend the left knee, stacking left hip over right. Take again whatever variations you took on the other side. And then when you're ready, meet back in downward facing dog. Inhale, Inhale, reset. Exhale, press the hips back. Place the right hand at the center of your mat, and as you inhale, right leg rises behind you. Exhale, step the right foot on the outside of your right hand. So coming into runner's lunge, the variation that we're going to work with today is with our toes pointed directly in front of you. I'm going to give you plenty of options to make this your own shape. So you can always stay here, pressing down through the palms and really hugging the right shoulder into the knee. If you want a more passive variation, you can drop the left knee down and untuck your toes. Think about lifting through the chest here, almost like upward facing dog. You feel like you can get deeper into this hip. I like to step my left foot back just slightly and then start to lower down to my forearms. My arms are still parallel, and a really important component here is still pulling your right knee into your shoulders. We'll stay here for 3 breaths. I'm right there with you. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Great job, you guys. Gently start to make your way back to your hands. You can tuck the toes, lifting the left knee off the ground. As you inhale, right leg rises behind you. And then reset your hands so they're back to their normal positions. As you exhale, right knee comes to your right wrist, preparing for pigeon pose. Keeping the right foot flexed, you can step the left foot back just slightly. Now you guys know that I love to come up into proud pigeon here first, so tent up the fingertips at your hips. Breathe into the left hip flexor right in front of your left hip. Creating this space once more And then as you exhale, come down to your hands, come down to your forearms. Maybe create a pillow with your hands and can rest your forehead to the ground. Make sure that your left toe is pointed directly behind you. It's not in any kind of C curve shape. And melt here. Using your breath through stillness. Inhale, gently start to walk your hands back. Tucking the left toes. As you exhale, step the left foot forward slightly. Inhale, right leg rises. And as you exhale, bend the right knee, stacking right hip over left. Option to come into knee circles if you're looking to get a little bit deeper. If it's in your practice, you can also flip your dog. And then when you're ready, come back to down dog as we even it out on the other side. Left hand comes towards the center of your mat. Inhale, left leg rises. As you exhale, left foot plants to the outside of your left hand. Lowering down, taking whatever shape you took on the other side, you want to even it out on this side. So here, pressing down through the ball of the right foot, gaze can come to the top of your space. You can also lower down to your knee, scooting the right knee back. You can come down to your forearms. Whatever shape you're in, just really focus on pulling the left knee in towards your shoulder to get that inner hip going. Whew, mine's tight. Last deep breath together, inhale. And as you exhale, walk the hands back. Tucking the right toes, inhale, left leg rises behind you. Ooh, I got a nice little crack there. And then as you exhale, left knee comes to your left wrist. Left foot is flexed as you start to scoot the right foot back. Proud pigeon first, looking over the right shoulder and making sure that as you untuck the right toes, your toes are pointed directly behind you. Inhale, lift through the chest, and then exhale, fall into pigeon pose. Last breath together, inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, gently start to peel your chest off the ground, planting your hands and tucking your right toes. Inhale, left leg rises. And exhale, bend the left knee, stacking left hip over right. Options, so many options you guys got. Taking whatever you took on the other side. And again, it's always an option to flip your dog if that's within your practice. Inhale, left leg rises. And as you exhale, left foot comes down to meet the right. Our last down dog of the practice. So I'm going to encourage you to take 3 deep breaths here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale with a sigh. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, the deepest one yet. And as you exhale, lower down to your knees. Hips come back to your heels as you swing your legs out in front of you. We'll take boat here, scooping the back of the knees, lifting the shins to parallel. Inhale, lift through the chest. Option to reach your hands outward. You're looking for a little bit deeper, you can straighten the knees. 2 more breaths together. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Plant your feet into your mat. Arms extend as you gently start to lean to your back, laying down. On an inhale, gather your knees into your chest, squeezing them in. Exhale, draw them in even closer. This time as you inhale, scrunch up into a ball. Hold the breath. Take 1 more sip of air. And as you exhale, gently release your shoulders to the ground. Keeping your knees either in alignment with your hips or just slightly above the hips. Bring the right hand to the outside of the left knee. Left arm extends out to a T. As you inhale, ground down through the left shoulder. Exhale, supine twist. Knees knock over to your right side. You can plant the feet down just slightly to shift your hips over to the left. And breathe here. As you inhale, draw the knees back into your chest. This time, the left hand will come to the outside of your right knee. Right arm extends out to a T. Shift your hips, over to the right side a little bit. And then as you inhale, ground down through the right shoulder. Exhale, knees drop over to the left side. Inhale, knees come back up. As you exhale, let the feet fall to the ground, planting the bottoms of the feet into your mat. Step the heels back towards your hips, preparing for 1 round of bridge. You should be able to graze the back of your heels with your fingertips. Feet are hip width distance. As you inhale, press down into the feet, lifting the hips off the ground. As you exhale, option to interlace the fingers at the low back, tucking your shoulders underneath your torso. Inhale, press the hips up to the sky. Releasing the hand bind. Exhale, let the hips fall to the ground. Heel toe your feet out to the mat with distance, and then let your knees knock into one another for broken bridge. This is your first of 3 options for your final pose. This internal rotation with the knee is going to release any tension that you have in the low back. You might already start to feel something right above the tailbone, and I encourage you to send your breath there. Your second option is to lift the knees, heel toe your feet in towards one another until the bottoms of your feet kiss, letting your knees open up like a book. Here you're getting an option to open up the hips here. Your third and traditional option for your final position, final pose is Shavasana, in which case you can close your knees in, extend your heels out to the edge of your mat, letting your heels touch, let your feet flop open, arms rest at the side. Taking a moment to make a full body scan here. Taking note of every part of your body that is making contact with the floor. Visualize growing roots into your space. This heaviness providing comfort in being still. If you're able to stay in Shavasana for longer, I wholeheartedly invite you to do so. If you're ready to be let out of your practice, start to wiggle your fingers and toes, bringing life and energy back to your limbs. On a long inhale, reach the arms up to the sky and overhead. A full body stretch as you extend through the fingertips and flex your feet, pressing into the heels of your feet. Roll over to the right side, gathering your knees into your chest, resting your head on your bicep. And with your free hand, go ahead and place it on your mat, taking a moment to acknowledge the space and time you created for yourself today. When you're ready, you can press up into seated position, keeping your eyes closed, hands come to prayer at heart center. Taking a moment to show gratitude for every muscle, bone, and joint that took you through your practice. Bringing your prayer to third eye center, thankful for all of life's lessons, some easier than others, but all providing perspective. And bowing forward, thankful for this beautiful space where we can practice together even when far apart. All the places you have gone, all the places you will go once this all has passed. Namaste. Thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed the practice. It ain't easy being still. So make sure that you just take some time. Hydrate, of course. It's been a while since we've done hatha, so you're going to feel it tomorrow. which is a good thing. And I'll make sure that this class gets uploaded this evening. So if you're interested in taking it again the rest of the week, it'll be there. Have a good night, guys.